Well, just had my Garmin V2 power meter fail. Now, what was the circumstances? What was the failing mechanism? And how did this come about? So let's roll an intro and let's get into how did this eventuate and I ended up with a power meter now that doesn't work. So when I got home, I thought, what the hell, maybe it's got water in it because it was very rainy in the morning. I opened it up. It had never had rain in it before, and I've ridden the bike in torrential rain. So to me, this was just not normal if it had got water in it. But I had replaced the battery the day before that had a new battery in, so I thought maybe, because I've taken a cover off, some moisture's got in. But when I took it apart, I could see that one of the pins was not springing out like it should, and there's 4 pins. And you can see those pins here. They're very, very tiny, and what they do is they put pressure on the inside of the connection where it screws into the crank. And on the inside of that piece, there's rings, there's 4 rings, and the pins line up with those rings, and that's how the pedal communicates with the pod. Well, anyway, because this spring obviously is not making contact, it's not connecting the pedal to the pod. And when I checked on the Garmin website, it indicated that 2 flashes per every 10 seconds means it's not connected to the pedal. So now I knew that that was actually the problem. Now, whether it was damaged when it was taken off and put back on, or this was just a coincidence when it failed, I don't know. But the thing that is really disappointing is that Garmin have now removed all of the V2 forums from their website, so you can't get any information on them. You can't find out, like, is this a common problem? Is this not a common problem? Is there a way to fix it? And it's very, very difficult to now buy these V2 pods, which are around about $100. You just can't get them because Garmin have stopped making them. They're forcing you to buy the new V3. And these V2s it's not that long ago they were made. So what Garmin are doing is they're stopping you from going and buying a spare part to repair it. And now, if I can't find one of these pods, I've got to chuck this in the bin and I've got to buy a new power meter. So apart from the cost, it's very wasteful in a world now where we're trying to limit production and we're trying to set targets to meet carbon zero by 2050. And we're not going to be doing that if we're going to keep making stuff that's throwaway products, because everything you make takes energy. So I'm a bit disappointed about the wastefulness of the way Garmin have approached their products. So that's really it in a nutshell. I'm a little bit disappointed, but if you've got a Garmin V2, just be careful with those pins because they're very, very fragile and they can be damaged very easily, the springs inside them. But apart from that, I've had very, very good service from the V2 Garmin because the V3 had a lot of problems with the battery compartment and them not working. Apparently that's fixed in the latest ones. I've never had the unit, so I can't speak on that. But it is disappointing now that you can't fix your old V2s, which were like really reliable and worked fine. You can't now keep them working because you can't get the pods anymore. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it about my power meter, and I'll see you next vid. Cheers.